Hello everybody, welcome back to Read and Reread. I am Angelia and today I have a tag video. This is called the Bookish A-Z Hot or Not tag. Let me double check that I got that correct. And this tag is an original tag created by Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads. He just created it just days ago. It is hot off the press, and he tagged me and a ton of other people. So I'll tell you in advance, I'm not going to tag anyone specific because he tagged like 25 people or something like that. So I don't know who, and it's already multiplying because several people did it. I saw some posted today. I haven't even had a chance to watch them all. But I thought this was really fun and I wanted to do it. So it is an A to Z list of bookish topics, genres, etc. And the idea is to answer as spontaneously as possible whether for you that thing is hot or not. And you can hedge and say it depends, but you're supposed to try to avoid it and just go with your gut reaction and not belabor and overthink the prompts. And the idea is to give a little more insight into your bookish proclivities, I suppose. It's supposed to go fast, so I have resisted the urge to try to gather up book examples and stuff like that. I'm just gonna go through it and repress my urge to overthink, which is what I usually do. So we're gonna do the thing. Okay, so here we go. And I will link Greg's original video below, and you will probably be seeing other people as well because it's out in the world now. And I hope you try to do it too if you have a channel. Okay, here we go. A is for audiobooks. Not. I can't focus on audiobooks. I'm really glad that that's a format that's available. People recommend audiobooks to me all the time that sound wonderful with great readers or narrators in them, but it doesn't work for me. So that's a not. B is Bildungsroman. All right, so that's like a coming-of-age story. A story, technically it says dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education. So instantly, this is hot. I love that kind of story, and I'm thinking of classic examples like Jane Eyre, and then like this year I read David Copperfield, and then, well actually I read Demon Copperhead and then David Copperfield, which pair together because one is patterned on the other. And so we have a Bildungsroman from 19th century Victorian England and one in current day Appalachia. And anyway, it's hot. All right, C, children's books, hot. I'm a retired school librarian, and just even without that, I love children's books. I still love them. I will walk through the children's book section at a bookstore or the library and look at new picture books just for fun, and sometimes read chapter books too. I love children's books. Hot. D, digital. Not. I like reading print books, and again, happy that the format's available, and if I did get into it, I would be another person with 200 unread books on a Kindle, so it's probably best that I just leave it not hot. I have the questions over here. That's why I keep looking over here. E, experimental. Okay, I'm going to say hot because I will try them. They don't always work, but sometimes they work surprisingly well, like weird narrative structures or formats. They can be really annoying and not, especially like ones from earlier decades, like the 80s or something, but I will try them. I'm going to say hot is because I'm open-minded to it. F is for fantasy. I'm going to have to admit, mostly it's a not. I have read and loved some fantasies, but I have the hardest time probably of any genre to find one that I like. So I either love it, there's no in between. I love it or I just cannot even get engaged in it. So generally as a category, I have to say not, but it's not with a sad feeling. G, graphic novel. It is warming up. I would have said not at one time because I just have trouble actually reading them because I'm old, I guess. But I've enjoyed some lately, and particularly some nonfiction ones. So I'm going to say it's heating. It's heating. H is for horror. Not. Once in a while I'll read one, but it's not really something I gravitate to. It's a once in a while. I think probably the only one I can think of I read this year would be, is it Lone Women? Victor Laval? Anyway, I liked that. I'm more likely to watch a horror than read a horror. Inspirational. Okay, when I saw this category, what I thought of was like religious fiction and affirmations and that kind of stuff. And so that's a not. But then when I watched Greg's video, he's talking about like kind of like self-help, like things are supposed to uplift you or inspire you to do better. And that's also a not. And so I'm going to say whatever inspirational is supposed to mean, we're just going to classify it as a not, because I don't know. I rebuke being inspired. Okay. J is for journalism. That can be hot. I like a good nonfiction book based on some sound journalism once in a while. I don't read a lot of it, but it really sticks with me when I read a good one. And so that I will say is hot. K is for kitsch. Has a popular or sentimental appeal. Like a Hallmark movie? I'm going to have to say not. Even though I am a cheesy Christmas person, I'm not that cheesy. No offense if you love them. You do you. For me, it's a not. L's for library. Hot, blazing, volcanically hot. I love the library. I've always loved the library. I worked at the library. I'm always going to the library. I'm wearing a shirt from the library. So, hotter than blue blazes. M is for mystery. Also, blazing, scorching, flaming hot. I love mysteries. I don't really love cozy mysteries. I love more grittier contemporary mysteries. Tana French, Denise Mina, Laura Lippman. I don't know who else I'm thinking of right now. Anyway, it's hot. N is for nonfiction. That is warming rapidly. I have not been a heavy nonfiction reader, but I have read more this year, and more being like 5 or 6, but I've read several this month. I'm really enjoying Nonfiction November this month. So that is a heating trend. I feel like I'm compelled to go really fast, and I'm now like, oh, wait a minute, I'm breathless. I guess we're halfway through. All right, O is omnibus. So that's like several books collected into one. I'm going to say if I'm out buying things, it's kind of a not, because it's bulky, but I do have some that I really love and I cherish. So it's a hot and not. I love the ones I have, but I don't really want more of them because they're kind of unwieldy and I read print books. P is for poetry. What can I say here? Okay, I gotta depart from the format for a second. Okay, it's sort of a not, but it's also a hot. Can it be both? I really love the poetry that I love, and I will go back. There are poems that I've looked at 50,000 times, and they have a special meanings to me. But it is so it's so picky and so esoteric what I like and what I don't like. I don't look and browse through the poetry section in a bookstore or a library, but I love what I love. So is it hot? Is it not? I don't understand. I don't know. Pass. Q is for quests. When the protagonist goes on a quest, physical or spiritual. I'm going to say not. Because that gets back into the fantasy, and it gets back into the repeated format and how it's very hard to make a new and exciting story on that pattern. R is for romance. Not. I do not read that genre at all. Now, I do love a good love story that is in another book, but as a separate genre, it is a not. Ugh, it's just no. S is for science fiction. That is a big hot. That is a hot with some flames coming out from underneath again. Somebody left the pot on the stove and the dystopian fiction is bubbling over and I am reading all of it. T is for translation. That is an increasingly hot category for me. It's getting hotter. It was never a not, but it was just sort of like an untapped area that I wasn't reading that much of, except for some classics. And I would say that that's a BookTube made me do it category where I am becoming more aware of contemporary translated fiction and seeking it out. And usually you have to order it. It's not always just sitting at the store, but I've read some excellent books that I have gone in pursuit of over the past couple of years. Übermensch. The Superman or the Extraordinary Human. I don't know. Not? I don't know. I think I read a lot of books about, well, they might be extraordinary, but they're extraordinarily flawed. So I wouldn't say they're Übermensches. So we're going to say not. V is for Victorian literature from 1837 to 1901. Hot. Hot. Bubbling cauldrons. Hot. W for Western, not. Okay, nothing against the genre. It's just like not of particular interest to me. Again, I was Lone Women again. That was a Western and a horror. So two categories I don't really read. Together, one book, cross it off, done. X for X-rated. Okay, generally not. Like, I'm not going out looking for it, but if it just magically appears in a book that I already selected, I'm not going to pass over those pages, but I'm not looking for specifically lurid content in when I look out for a new book. Y is for young adult. That's hot. It's mildly hot. I don't read a ton of it, but I really do enjoy. I don't avoid it. Like if I hear if a book is a good book, but it's a young adult, I don't go, young adult. I will read it and I often enjoy it very much. So I will say it's hot. And Z is for Zeitgeist, spirit or mood of the times. That's a tricky one. That could be a few things. That could be a book that is an older classic that was really captured the times wherein it was written, and that could be really good. Or it could be something that's now kind of a trashy book because it was a popular fiction at that time and it has not held up well at all, and then that one is a not. So that one's hard to answer. I'm gonna say that could go either way. It depends. All right, that is the A to Z, and I feel like I need to stop and catch my breath because I tried to go fast and not get all hung up in over-explaineristic about anything. So let me know, what do you agree or disagree with? Is there anything in there that you feel I should explain in more detail? Maybe that would happen in another video. But I had a really good time. If you have a channel and you have not been hit with this tag, I am tagging you now, and I hope that you will give it a shot. It is fun and requires zero preparation, and sometimes that is the perfect video. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will be back on Friday for Friday Reads, and that is when I will give an account of all the ridiculous things that went wrong in our house this week. That is a whole other thing. But anyway, surely we're about to turn the corner. I will see you on Friday. Have a great day. Bye.